grown man, G&G.
Society has told women that men don't need that, don't need to feel wanted, don't need to feel desired.
The attraction's not there anymore. Feelings of not being appreciated, underappreciated.
And getting that hood pass, like I understood that because of where I came from.
Giving game to let you know. Cheat is spelled with two I's. Insecurity and immaturity.
This is how iron sharpens iron, right? Like we get better together.
Mike, what's happening?
Big Mike.
G.
Man, we are excited to be
black and back.
Yeah, look at that. I ain't even put the picture up.
Look, you see what I'm saying?
Tripping.
You see what goes on here?
Listen, man.
This is podcast, bro. This is real life right here.
Right? We out here, though. Look at that. Gotcha. This is Grown Man Game Podcast where we share some game from grown men, for grown men, by grown men. But anyway, excited to be back for another episode. We've opened up in the last two episodes.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're going to all be like that, man. We got to have some lighthearted episodes. Tell some jokes or like some
deep.
current events. Jesus Christ, man.
Go be like crying. I don't need to cry.
Right, a therapy session every time we come on here, man. I want y'all to laugh and enjoy yourselves because we do laugh and enjoy ourselves sometimes. But you know what's interesting is I think a lot of male relationships are surface level, laugh, joke, talk about sports, talk about work, talk about women. But we don't really get into too much past that. And so these last couple episodes have given us the opportunity to get a little deeper than surface level. We bring it back to the surface every once in a while. What were we talking about?
Last episode or this episode?
This episode.
This episode, okay. We're going to get into, why some people cheat. You know what I'm saying? Why some people got that itch.
Okay.
What is it? What does it come with? What does it mean? Why does it happen? And then we're also going to talk about...
get the notes.
Let me get my Palm Pilot.
Why he's getting home. Also, why some people don't cheat. I think the flip side of that is important to talk about as well.
Like me, I don't cheat because I'm an amazing, nice guy. And that's we're going to talk about. What is a nice guy and do they always finish last?
In 2020, there was also a thing that went around as black men don't cheat. And black men don't cheat. And my wife will argue that down. We went back and forth several times about it. And I get all of her very, very valid points. But I think what she missed is when we say black men don't cheat, that might be the delineation between what's happening and what's not happening, right? Is I think when we talk about manhood or men, there's another level of responsibility and accountability and that goes into that takes another person's feelings and well-being into regard that black males may not necessarily take into account.
Okay, don't give them too much up front. All right. Yeah, all right, come on, chill, brother.
All right, my bad. I just, just in case she's listening, right? Because she gonna in the comment section arguing.
Black men do cheat. They do.
Right. All right. So here's the deal. All right. I'll pose a question to you. In a relationship, whether it's a committed long-term relationship like a marriage or a less formal relationship, what are some of the reasons why a man might cheat on his partner? And there's a lot, but maybe your top 2 to 3.
Okay, my top 2 to 300. 2 to 3, 1. There's really, it really goes down. It just all boils down to the same couple of things, but I don't want to get too deep too early.
Okay,
so we're gonna stick on the surface for a little bit.
Doggy paddle.
Yeah, right here. Hold on, if you can do this. The attraction's not there anymore. Might be the attraction. Feelings of not being appreciated, underappreciated.
Okay.
And let me see. what would be the third one? Let me see. We asked 50 men.
Now she.
I would say the third one is just that you still want to see that you got it, and then it just got a little bit out of hand.
Okay.
Like, oh man, I'm still, my girl, my wife, okay, she's gonna tell me on this, on that. But let me see if I still got it. And then it just boop, got a little spicy.
All right.
You slipped into the kitty. You do what
you got caught with your hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah,
got it,
man.
I got it.
How about you? What you got?
Oh man, listen, I was ready to play devil's advocate, but I'll give you my 3.
Oh, go ahead and advocate for Satan, brother.
Yeah, let me go ahead and be Satan's co-partner or whatever you want to call it. So on your 3, right? Uh-huh. The first one, was that more of a desire thing? Like you feel like you maybe not appreciated or not desired in the same way?
Yeah,
and maybe somebody.
As far as like, oh, okay, yeah, that was the second one.
Oh, my bad. What was the first one? Go back.
Pay attention. The first one was you're not attracted to her.
Got it. Okay. Anymore, right? Perfect. But let's stay there. So you're not attracted to her. Is okay. Did she changed? I'm assuming she became a different person, or
she changed in the way that she used to do things for me. She used to.
Okay. Not you personally.
Of course. No. None of my side chicks are even have anything to do with the way that I cheat.
You better be careful. It's get clipped up.
I know, right?
It's going to be a hard time explaining it.
I told you, Mike from Grown Man Gang. He giving them Grown Man Gang for real.
That's Mike? Yeah, you better be careful.
Nah, I do not cheat. Okay, so I am imaginary person.
Mm-hmm.
Just call me David. So in my life, I used to come home and she would be all on me. I come home and she don't want to, she tired, she this and that. I'm tired too, but we both have jobs, but what's up?
Got you. All right. So devil's advocate on that one, right? Because I've had a number of these conversations, I said I got several sisters and I got a wife and multiple mothers and I'm surrounded by women. The desire part or the courtship or you're busy and she's busy. And I think when you're courting a woman and you are newly into the relationship, I think on both sides of the fence, there is active pursual. Right? Like as a man, you're more pursuing her, but she's also opening herself up to being pursued. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Very different than the Pepe Le Pew and the cat, right? Like Pepe is aggressive. Yikes. He's attacking. And she's like, right? I think in the initial stages, there's like a mutual thing that's happening, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe she's not as aggressive as you because that's just how the relationship works. But maybe she is. Maybe she's like, she really is into you and she's giving you the same level of energy, right? And that's how you get connected. But once you get connected, there isn't that anymore because that isn't the stage that you're at any longer, right? Like you're trying to, like when you're trying to get a job, right? You go to the interviews, you dress nice, you put on your suit and tie, you put on your best clothes, you make sure you smell good, you talk a certain way. And then when you get the job, you try to figure out when you can leave early, you hang out at the water cooler a little longer, you take a little longer lunch. Like you start doing things that don't necessarily line up with the person who showed up to the interview.
Okay.
Right? I think that happens a little bit on our end. We no longer are the same guy that was pursuing her the same way. We aren't taking her on dates and giving flowers or being thoughtful or sending her messages throughout the day. We're doing a lot of things differently than we did before, but we're expecting the same results that we got before, which is problematic on our end. I think also on their end, on her end, is like, okay, we're in a relationship. I got these things going on. My life. Like now, right? Like before, like I had to present like I was really just open to whatever the relationship was going to take, wherever it was going to take me, because I really liked you and you liked me, and I was interested in seeing where it could go. But now we are in a real relationship, and I'm like, listen here, dog. I just worked a real like full-time gig today. Like I had a full job. Before I was like, whatever. I worked a full job, and we're gonna go have fun. We're going to date. We'll stay up all night. I got to work tomorrow, but whatever. Like I'm trying to show this guy that I'm interested in him. But now it's real life. We're together. It's real life. I got to work tomorrow. You got to go to sleep. You can't come over tonight. We're not gonna stay up all night doing what we used to do.
That's that bull. Why?
Like, because it's real life now. Like you're really with me. Like you really know who I am at this point. And so, yes, things do need to be different now. I'm not going to say that she doesn't need to meet you halfway somewhere. And I think part of it is the conversation is like, we are as men typically non-confrontational when it comes to our partners. Like we aren't openly asking for conversation, like negative conversation, right? Like we know we don't stand a chance. So we're not stepping into that being like, hey, I know you ain't doing stuff. Like, nah, she's just not doing it. So maybe she's not that into me. I'm gonna go do it somewhere else. Because the girl that you're going to do it with is now the same person that your partner is at a different stage of the relationship. She was giving you all the attention that you wanted at the beginning because she was at the beginning of a relationship. When you go to be with somebody else, she's now at the beginning of a relationship. So what you're doing is you're giving up progress for maybe pleasure, right? To start all over. Right. So instead of like you're going to like Super Mario, right? Like instead of going to level 2, you go back to level 1 because you know how to pass level 1. Like I know the mushroom is in this box. I know how to jump over this pipe because the things come out spitting fire. I don't know what's at level 2. Right? Level 2.
About to get there.
Level 2 is uncertain. Like I go into level 2, I don't really know what's there yet, right? And so there's going to be some stuff that I'm gonna lose a life. I got to start back at the beginning. Oh my God, you know what I mean? So I think a lot of times we hamstring ourselves because we want comfortable or we want predictable, but that's not reality, right? The second one was that what the desire type thing?
Yeah, like she used to, I'm trying to think, am I confusing the first two? No, it was, she used to make me feel desired. She would, you know what I'm saying, be on me, you know what I'm saying? Well, okay, fine. When I go to work, there's, bad little 30-year-old that's always saying, hey, David, and talking about
the name
she wants to cook for me.
That's smart.
Yeah, come on, I ain't crazy. You gave me the warning. I'm gonna take that alley-oop and
appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean,
I think that's very, very similar to number 1 in the sense that the girl at work saying, hey, David, is level 1. She's trying to get your attention. She also is working. She works at you. She works with you. She works the same shift you work. Like she working the same 10, 12 hours that you working, maybe less, maybe more, whatever. But she's trying to get to level 2. So she's willing to do all the level 1 work. The girl who's with you now, who is on level 2, doesn't appreciate you any less. She is just at a different stage of the relationship. And she's expecting you to come along with her into level 2, but you're looking for level 1 fun, right? And so there is some responsibility on her part of showing you. And I think a lot of times society has told women that men don't need that. Don't need to feel wanted, don't need to feel desired. Men don't care about feelings or feeling like they are attractive or sexually wanted. Men just are Neanderthals, right? And that's not the case. And I wish that would go away because there's a lot of relationships that could be really, really, really good, but never make it because women feel like, he don't need that. And that's not true. I think men are very, very, and a lot of it goes into your ego, right? Like we're not, I don't want to say men are egotistical, but we are ego driven in the sense that we like to do things that make us feel good about us because that allows us to provide and protect and do all the quote unquote manly things, right? Be courageous and strong and all those things, right? Because we have a sense of self-confidence that comes from the reassurance of a woman that we protect, right? Or that we lean into to solidify us as who we are. And we're not getting that. It's like, well, what's the name at the job? She's willing to give me that because, well, we haven't gotten that far. And so she's going to give me that for a little while, and then I'm going to move on from her to the next person and keep bouncing around. And so it is partially our fault because we don't express it. We don't let her know, like, hey, you know, it'd be nice to hear, you know, I smell good, or, you know, I'm dressed nice, or you to show me that you want to engage with me sexually or even intimately. Maybe it's not sexual, but you like want to hold me or whatever, right? But we will act like we don't need that, right? Or we will say we don't need that. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, whatever. I don't need it. You cool? We won't even say we're cool. We'll say you cool. Hey, cool. You know, you don't need to know. I'm good. Right. But the whole while we're feeling less than, or we're starting to feel like, oh man, she don't really think that much of me. You know? Whoever at the job is like, she ain't even doing that. She's just saying hi. But she's intentionally saying hi. She ain't doing nothing actually, but she's like, oh man, you brought a sandwich. I brought a sandwich today too. Oh my gosh. Like, what do you have in your sandwich? She's just showing genuine interest. Like you're somebody that's to be interested in, and your partner maybe isn't doing that. And so I think for us, it's a matter of, these are the things that I like. These are the things that you did when we're getting, you know, when we're kind of getting into this relationship. These are things I would like to continue. I don't think we have those conversations because we aren't taught to. We have little to no emotional intelligence. So we don't even know what we're feeling. We don't know how to explain it or to convey it or to share it. So it's like, well, I'm not mad. So I guess I'm happy. And I'm not sad. So I guess I'm happy. Like, yeah, I'm cool. But the whole time we're feeling like there's something missing. We can't pinpoint what it is. And then Susie at the job says, oh man, did you get your beard lined up? Oh my gosh, it looks so good. It looks so good.
Yes, Susie, I did.
Right? But your lady is at home and she don't notice that you lined your beard up because she see you with it all the time. You got a beard. Like, it looks like the beard I saw yesterday. Right. What you talking about?
Which is funny. So this is real lifetime with me and Tip. So I joke with her. I have my brother-in-law and sister, my sister and brother-in-law, they have a business with, you know, scents and stuff. You bought some. Shout out to Smell This Fragrance.
Yes, sir. The plug.
So I'm wearing more scents around the house when we go out. And I literally, when we went and had our date night together with our wives, I was like, should I give this to Rod? Because every time I put it on, you don't say nothing. And I know this is fire. She's like, well, let me smell. And I'm like, oh, that does smell good. I said, yeah, I'm going to start wearing it to work since you don't notice me smelling. You know, just messing with her. She's like, just make sure you spray a lot on because, you know, the oils is hard to smell. You got to put on a lot. I'm like, all right. But I was kind of like, you'll never be telling me when I smell good. Like, what's up?
Yeah. I think that happens a lot of times with us is like we don't know how to connect it to what we're feeling, but we experience it, right? Like, I don't have hair anymore, but Ari, it's sad, but I lost the follicle fight a long time ago. And I didn't fight very long. Like I noticed I was losing and I gave up. Did this right here start like creeping back? I was like, yo, my hairline is, You
got no one to fold them, man.
No one to fold them, and I folded. I folded. There's some brothers out there that's fighting hard for the fight. Man. You're losing, sir.
You're losing. You make beautiful music, Stevie Wonder, but
you're losing. And honestly, no one's going to tell you that, but you're losing, sir. And I appreciate if you just let it go. Stephen A. Smith, I appreciate if you just let it go.
Well, you know what?
You know what I mean? But there's stuff like that happens, and it happens. Ari does the same thing. Is like, it's funny. We have this thing about me wearing a hat. If I wear a hat, and she'll laugh and she'll argue with it, it's not true. If I wear a hat, every time I wear a hat, and I wear hats a lot. But if I don't have a hat, she won't say anything. But she'll be like, oh. And I'm like, oh, I got a hat on, huh? Yeah, see? I swear to you, bro. And she's like, no, it's not because you have a hat on. I'm like, well, you didn't say nothing yesterday when I have a hat on. I look the same. I put on the same clothes I had on yesterday. I got a black shirt and some jeans. Like, it's the same. I wear pretty much the same thing every day. Like, it is what it is. Basketball shorts and a t-shirt. You got a hat on today. Like, ooh. But it happens, right? And like, I notice when it's not happening and she doesn't, right? And it's similar, like cologne and perfume, you know, that kind of stuff is like, I'm intentionally putting it on so that you notice. So when you don't notice, I notice that you don't notice. And the difference is most of us won't say anything, right? Like, you said something about it. And it was jokingly or whatever, but like now she's aware. And so like when she, you know, leans in for the hug and she might say something now, right? Oh, okay, all right. Where you going right now? You going to work smelling like that?
We're going to test it. I'm about to spray it on tomorrow when I go pick her up at the airport.
You know what I'm saying? But it's little stuff like that we typically wouldn't say. Like, I would notice that she says that when I'm wearing a hat, but she doesn't when I'm not wearing a hat. And I'm like, damn, I don't wear a hat to work. You know, so-and-so was like liking me without my hat. Like she liked me no matter what. And now I start, there's a little bit of resentment that builds in that moment, especially if I'm intentionally doing it to get your attention. And I think that's something that guys don't talk about a lot, is that like we know we do it. We know everything we do is for the attention of a woman, but we won't openly say it. We just notice when they don't appreciate it. Right? Like, what I've noticed now, and now that I have a decent car, I go to car shows, and it's all dudes there, right? But at some point when I was younger, I wanted a nice car because I thought girls like guys with nice cars, right? Like, oh man, I got this nice car, and just chicks will see me with this car, and they're gonna like me. They don't give a damn about that car. You know what I mean? Like, it's a bunch of dudes at car shows. But what I'm saying is like, we openly will do things to attract women to us. And so we notice when they don't appreciate it, especially when it's our partner. And so we start to feel a certain way, but we won't say anything about it. We'll just build that resentment little by little until it's like, well, she don't appreciate me. I'm doing all this hard work. And guys, like, we're different, you know, but there's guys that they don't take care of themselves. There's no grooming or like, you know, good dudes just look like whatever. But the guys that are actively doing stuff are like, yo, I'm putting in all this extra effort and putting on cologne and showering and doing all these things and make sure I'm like trimmed up and whatever. And she don't even care. There's so many other things that are going on in her life, just like there are in yours. Like, you don't notice when she got her hair done necessarily. Like, she might have got her hair done and you don't say nothing about it. You notice, but it's like, oh, okay, well, you got your hair done. Or whatever, you know what I mean? Or you got like some new shoes or a new dress. Like, oh, that looks cute on you, but you think it, but you don't say it. And so we do the same thing to them that they do to us, but we will internalize it and they will tell us. You know what I mean? Like, if they put on a new dress, they might ask you, how does this dress look on me? And they might say it in the wrong way, or like, does this dress make me look fat? But really what they're searching for is a compliment.
Right, yeah.
And it's only because we didn't say when they first put it on, like, oh man, that looks really good on you. Or, you know, maybe I don't like that dress, or whatever it is, right? Whatever the honest answer is. Yeah. But we don't do it. And so they fish and we hunt. The difference is when you fish, you put the bait out there in the water. When you hunt, you hide and wait for it to show up.
Yeah.
Right? So as men, we're hiding, waiting for her to bring it to us. And if it never gets brought to us, we don't eat. And then we get mad because we're hungry. And we're searching for this answer that we never get. Where she's like, yo, I'm going to put this dress on. I'm going to walk past him in the hallway. He didn't say nothing. Okay, I'm going to walk past him in the kitchen. He ain't saying nothing. Damn, I put the bait in the water. He don't like me. Mm-hmm. Does this make me look fat? You know what I mean? Like, now she's actively searching. And I think that's the difference between men and women and how we approach it. Guys will secretly crave the attention, not get it, and then go actively look for it somewhere else when you can actively look for it right where you are.
Yeah.
Right?
You're trying to build on Mars and all the energy that you're taking to get to Mars, you could just go ahead and fix the Earth up pretty
100%. 100%. Yeah. What was the third one?
I was hoping you were going to remember. Yeah. I am 44, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But we can come up with a fresh new one. I feel like because they kind of all tied into the same. Because the first one was, okay, you're not really attracted. The attraction's not there anymore. The second one was not feeling wanted. And the third one, what makes someone cheat? That's tough because I'm trying to come with decent excuses.
Something different. Yeah, that's the tough part. Being who you are, being who we are, it's hard to find decent excuses. Here's what I'll say.
All right.
I think they all tie in ultimately to the same universal question. I think all men have, based on their route in society and the obstacles that they have to face, is the question of, am I enough? And the reason I say that is both of the two things we just talked about stem from, am I enough? Am I attractive enough for you? Am I enough for you to want me? With, like, if you're not validating who I am I enough? Like, and then it goes even further than that. Like, just in our own humanity, in our own manhood, we're asking ourselves, or we're challenging ourselves on the question of, am I enough? And if we aren't getting that validation from our partner, it's very easy to get it from a new person, because a new person will answer that question right now.
Yeah.
Right? Because they don't have any history built, or they don't have any other things that are worked into it. It's just like they're interested in right now, and they can answer the question right now. Am I enough to have sex with you right now? Yes. Yep. I'm ready and you're ready. That's it. Right? Like, it's a very quick yes. But the reality of a relationship is it's a series of yeses over time, mixed in with some no's of like, no, that isn't actually enough. You need to be a better, more thoughtful this, or you need to love me in a way that I feel loved, or you need to court me in a way that I want to be courted, or you need to, there's a whole lot of yeses, but they aren't the yeses you're looking for. They aren't the microwave yeses. They're the crock pot yeses. And I think we, as tough and as manly and alpha male and all these things we are, there's a level of vulnerability that's behind that needs a woman or our partner, ideally our partner, but a woman, to validate it. And I think it comes from, if you look at boys and their mother, right? There's a connection, just a natural connection, like fathers and daughters, mothers and sons. There's a natural like draw to like mommy, right? And I'm not saying you have like mommy issues or you have a motherhood wound or whatever. Like, you can have a magical and lovely relationship with your mother, and that maybe even makes it worse, right? Because there is a need for a female counterpart to validate your existence and your worth. And when you don't get it, it's very easy to go find another person who doesn't have the baggage that's attached to it to be like, oh yeah, you're good enough. Tonight would be a great time to do that. Yeah. And then that's it.
I do notice it there's a couple of brothers that I knew that were, in them streets, and the relationship that they had with their mother, their mother kind of treated them like kings in a way. Like, it's cool, you want to take care of, but almost to a point to where it was just like, okay, you ain't a king though, bro. Like, you the prince, you not the king. But it was just like, okay, dad is doing certain stuff, So mom is handling everything, and mom is pouring everything that she has into the son.
Mm-hmm.
The son begins to think, oh, I'm the one. You know, I notice it a lot. No, I can't say a lot, but I do notice it some with, I kind of feel like there's been a shift in dating. It's kind of a side note, but like with younger kids today, it's kind of like you see there are some young men that feel like, I'm the prize.
Yeah, I knew you was going to say that.
It's just it trips me out. I'm like, it's cool to have confidence and to know yourself and love yourself, but dang, bro, like, you trying to be Beyonce or Jay-Z?
Right.
So you Beyonce. Yeah.
You know what I think a lot of that stems from is fractures, not necessarily absenteeism, but fractures in the fatherhood role of the relationship between a father and a mother. Not necessarily that father's completely absent. Father could be in the home, but like seeing the relationship between mom and dad and how dad treats mom and mom treats dad. Like if there's like a disconnect in it, right? Or especially if dad is not around. Because naturally, like when my mom and my dad split up, even though my stepdad was there, my mom gave me this like, you're the man of the house, like talk, you know what I mean? Because my stepdad was working all the time. So like when he was gone, it was like me and her. And like, so me and her did a lot of stuff together, and she treated me like not an equal, but she gave me a lot of like affirmations of a man that she probably shouldn't have gave a child. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And she treated me like in ways that you know, she maybe shouldn't have based on my age. But because she was like trying to, you know, your dad isn't here, so like you're a man, you know.
Right.
And I think
to do what's right, what felt right.
Exactly. And I think because of the level of absence that we've had in fatherhood in the last couple of decades, that's happened a lot. And so what it leads to is a lot of men don't understand the dynamic of the relationship, or they misinterpret the dynamic of the relationship because they've only learned from a woman's perspective, whereas a woman will feel and has felt and maybe should feel, depending on how you stand on it, like they are in fact the prize of the relationship. Because ultimately the purpose, if we go back and even biologically, the purpose of a relationship between a man and a woman is procreation. A man cannot procreate on his own. He needs a woman. So he needs to seek out, nurture, find, care for, develop a relationship with a woman in order to procreate a child. Yeah. And then ultimately protect the woman while she's having the child, and then protect the child and the woman because he wants to have another child. Like there's a whole thing that kind of just naturally, biologically goes along with it. But when that example is severed and it's just mom and child, the child now never sees the need for that connection. And so it's like, oh, it's about me. Because that's all it's ever been. It's like mom took care of me. Dad wasn't around, but it's about me. So a woman takes care of me, and a woman does for me, and a woman validates me, and a woman does this for me, and a woman wants me to be the best that I can be, or a woman will take care of me no matter what happens.
If she's a good woman, yada, yada, yada.
Because that's what your mom will tell you.
Right.
Because she will do that for you, and she'll let you live in the house with her as long as you want to, and she'll let you drive her car, and she'll let you talk to her rudely, and she'll give you money when you don't deserve it, and she'll protect you and shield you from the world because that's her natural nurturing nature. And without the balance of a father to like give you, hey, this is what the world is really going to treat you like, then you don't know. And so you get into these relationships where you're like, hey, she ain't treating me like my mama treated me.
She should be cooking for me. She should be doing this.
She don't appreciate me. My mom used to tell me I was handsome all the time. It wasn't a sexual thing, but she said I was handsome. Right. She told me I look good. When I smell good, mom said, because that's what she does. I do it to my daughters. When they come down, say, oh man, you look so cute. Man, you're beautiful. Like, oh man, you guys smell so good. Oh, what was that? Because it's just natural to want to encourage them taking care of themselves and like being a better version of themselves. And that's what moms do to sons. And then if there's no dad around, being like, needs his ass, you dog. Like, just
some emotion.
And it's not even like mean-hearted, but it's just like a different type of love, right? Like, your jeans are wrinkled, dog. Like, girls ain't gonna like you like that. You musty.
Yeah, go press your pants. Yeah.
Come on, man. We got to go to the barbershop. Your hair is messed up,
baby. Your jeans are wrinkled. Give me the hair so I can go ahead and press them for you.
Right? Like, it's very different. It's a different dynamic, and I think this generation and maybe for a couple of generations, unfortunately, are experiencing the negative swing back of the absence of that male presence.
It's the bitchification.
That's one way to put it. That is an aggressive way to put it.
Yeah, no, I get it. So I don't say solutions because we kind of did speak on different kind of solutions, but I wanted to flip it, right? So I'm going to start with this story, a real story. So I was working with this young lady at work whose sister, we would always talk about marriage. She would talk about her husband. I would talk about my wife and, marriage is difficult, but it's so much worth it. So this is a Black woman. One day my buddy, he's a white dude, and he comes to me and he says...
White friends. I don't know why I laughed. I'm sorry. That's why I said that. Like, I don't know. It's a chuckle.
He's like, yo, man, I didn't know your homegirl liked the white boys. I said, huh? What you mean? Oh, yeah, I saw her and whoop-de-whoop, doing this and that over here behind this and this, there, and the third. I said, wait, what? Nah, man, she married. Well, unless she married to old boy over there. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. But, at first I was like, my business.
Right.
I don't know her like that.
Could be.
Very, very Black of me. But then I was like, we done sat here talking about God and this and that and sharing, saying situations. I was like, hey, let's call her Stacy. Stacy, what's up with you? I keep hearing about you got a little boyfriend here at work. And she kind of was just like, yeah, I do. And I was like, what's up? What's going on? And she just kind of broke it down to me in a way that I had never heard from a woman, because I never talked to a woman that is actually openly telling me why she was cheating. So we're discussing it. She was like, look, I've been telling my husband we need to go to therapy. He kept saying, we don't need therapy. All we got to do is pray. Jesus is going to bring us through. God has blessed our marriage. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. She said, I kept telling him we need to do something. I don't feel appreciated, which goes back to appreciation. I don't feel heard. And I was like, so that made you go step out? She's like, it was just that he made me feel wanted.
Boom.
He made me feel sexy.
Yeah.
And dude was, I don't want to call a person a loser, but dude was not, like, she was with a professional brother.
Yeah.
This was a young 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Popping pill in the bathroom kind of dude.
Yeah,
it was just like,
I get it.
Made her feel special, made her feel wanted, and that's all it took. And I said, dang, that's deep. That is deep. So I'm like, all right. So as a husband, what can we do? Well, I mean, we can't control anything, but what are some of the things that we can do to prevent our wives or girlfriends from falling victim to that, I'm saying? Like, I just want to feel special. I just want to feel. Yeah. But what can we do, brother?
That's a great question. And I think that story really helps like solidify the fact that even though we look at relationships differently as men and women, ultimately we want the same things, right? Like, we want to feel validated. We want to feel wanted. We want to feel needed, desired, cared about, just all the like real things that happen. You get an actual like visceral, right? You get like a visceral feeling like when it happens, right?
Yeah.
We're unique in our gender, but very similar in our emotions, right? We don't connect directly with them, but we feel the same things they feel. They are just more connected to it. And so this is why like people say women cheat more than men. Men just don't know about it. And it's probably true because they actually feel the feeling and have a connection to what the feeling is. We feel the feeling like, oh man, I'm gonna play hoop with the guys. Like, I don't know what this is, but you know, and go drink or smoke or whatever guys do to cope. Right. We don't, the first thing we do, or sorry, it isn't the first thing that we do. She's connected to her general feelings. She's like, man, I don't feel wanted. I don't feel seen. I don't feel heard. I don't feel safe. Like she knows right away. She's like, oh. So she says something to you. She says something to you. So then you don't have any connection to it because you're like, oh, well, we had sex the other day. Like, blew your back out. Like, what you talking about, dog? Like, you know what I mean? But you did it on your own terms. Like, you didn't make her feel wanted. You just wanted to have sex, so you had sex. And it's the difference. Yeah. And I don't think we notice. But, you know, as you spend some time in this thing, you get the feeling of what the difference is.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think what we can do and what we should do is to continue to pursue our partner like we pursued her from day one. And that's hard because life's.
For sure.
Right? Like, okay, I got you. We're partners. We're husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend. We put titles on it. And immediately, once we put titles on it, we lower our level of expectation or we lower our level of responsibility. We say to ourselves, she is mine and I am hers. So I don't need to continue to try to make her mine. We're here now.
Got you. Too late now.
Yeah, like, oh, I got the hook in. Now I'm just reeling you in. Like, I don't need to, like, I'm not doing all, I'm just reeling you in. You know, we start to account for it to be like a fish in the boat, but it's still in the water, right? Like, we still have to actively get that fish in. And I don't think we think about it that way, unfortunately, right? It's you know, we get to a point where we make a title and then we leave it at that title, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, we're boyfriend and girlfriend for however long, and then we get engaged and we're engaged for however long, but we don't really like progress it. And then we get married and that's it. Like, that's the pinnacle of it. And now we're tied together. I got a ring, you got a ring. And so that's it for us. Yeah. You know, I love you, you love me. And that's all you need to know. But what got you to that point was your active pursual, which is how she fell in love with you. As you doing the things that you knew mattered to her because you wanted to win her over. And then you get married and you like, hey, look, I got you, dog. Like, I committed to you. Yeah. I'm going to be in this forever. Like, you're the person I want to be with. And we feel like that's enough. And it is, but it isn't enough to make a person feel whole. It's enough to make them feel like, I got somebody that's going to take care of me if I get sick. It's enough to make them feel like if the bills need to be paid, they're going to pay them and make sure I got a roof over my head. But it's not enough to make me feel like a whole person. And in order to feel like a whole person, you need to feel wanted, needed, desired, just like we do, right? Yeah. We have the same gripes. We have the same issues. We just express them differently. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect.
And here's the other part of it is we don't realize how easy it is for them to cheat if they wanted to. We think it's hard. It's hard for us. Like, if I wanted to go out and be with somebody, I got to like find somebody and I got to be nice to them. I got to take them on a date. I got to buy them flowers. I got to smooth talk them. All they got to do is show up. Like right now, right? All our wives have to do is be like, just find somebody and be like, hey, tonight's the night. Literally, they could say 3 to 4 words and it would be done. For us, we got to go through a whole thing. We got to get shot down by her. You know what I mean? We got to figure out on a scale of 1 to 10. Oh, she's about a 6, so she's going to be easy. Now I got to go try to buy her a drink. Like, we got a whole system of things that we don't think about it that way. Like how easy it is for us to lose her. We think about like all the stuff that we do, and I go to work and I pay the bill. Like all that is cool, but you was gonna pay the bills anyway. Like you got to live somewhere. You was gonna eat regardless of whether you was with her. Like you got to go make money regardless. Like all those things that you say that you're doing for her, that some of that you're technically doing for yourself, right? Like I'm going to make money to eat food she's going to cook it, but like, if she wasn't there, somebody going to cook it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I'm still going to make the same money. I'm still work the same job. I went to school for the same career or whatever. I'm going to have the same job regardless. And so we put all of that into it. Like, that's why she's around, but it's not. She's around because she cares about you and she loves you. But if we don't give her that care and that love, and she's like, listen, all I got to say is, hey. Like, that's literally how easy it is for women. And we don't realize it because we don't experience it. We don't, like, I can't imagine what life would be like as a guy if you was just like, hey, dig in a box.
What you trying to do?
You don't even have to say what you trying to do. Like, think about single Mike at this age right now, right? If you were just able to like walk in a room full of, like, you go to the bar and you're just like, hey, look, and then 9 out of 10, right? Because everybody there is there for that reason. Mm-hmm. There's a couple people there like pissed off about work and just drinking because or there's the alcoholic in the corner, he's drinking because he's drinking. But everybody else is there because they're trying to get somebody. Mm-hmm. And you walk in and the lights brighten up and you're like, hey, free. Exactly. But we don't think about it that way. We think, oh, she loves us so much. She cares about us so much. And she does. But if you make her feel like something she's not, or she's less than what she is, there's only so long that lasts, right? And I know I'm talking about the other side of it. And the real question is like, why do men do it or what we can do to avoid it? And that's to continue to make her feel like you are interested in her being the only one for you. Not that you've gotten her to be the only one for you, but that you're still actively pursuing her as the one.
Mm. Okay. Yeah.
She wants to be chased, unfortunately, right? Because it's hard because you've got so many things that you're doing, so many things going on in your head and responsibilities and pressure and work and like kids and even the relationship that you have with her. And so many things are weighing on you, but like, you still have to go hunt.
Still gotta hunt.
Just like you still got to go to work, right? All this stuff's going on, but you wake up when an alarm goes off, you go to work, you work your ass off. Like, you know, like if you lose this job, the world will end because it may or may not. And the relationship is the same way. Because if you don't work at it, here's the crazy part is you don't work at it and you end up getting divorced, you lose half of everything anyway. Like, I hate to say it that way, but like you lose everything. Dudes are losing everything to divorce. Your house, your car, your family, your house. Like, I'm sorry, I said house already. Your kids. And you literally lose everything. So that's a dark way to look at it. But like, if you can frame it in that context, like, if I don't pursue my wife and love her the way that she needs to be loved, I can lose everything. It becomes a little bit more important to you.
Yeah. Sense like, okay, I got to put some interest in, and this has to be.
If I show up late to work tomorrow, they might fire me. So I'm setting this alarm. I'm getting up on time. It's the same thing. Like, hey, if I don't show up for my wife the way that she wants me, and it's unfortunate, it's not fair, and all that stuff. And I say it all the time. Guys in comments are like, women this and women initiate divorce 80% of the time. But we know that at this point. Mm-hmm. We know that that's the case. And the reality is like, it's only happening because we're allowing it to. Unfortunately, like there's some situations where people probably shouldn't be married. Like you married the wrong person. You had a kid and you got married for the wrong reasons or whatever. But when we talk about like the 7-year itch or whatever, like that's a real thing. We get to 7 years and all of a sudden a woman is like, this ain't it. There's a couple things that go into that. It's one, you probably got married young or younger, like you fell in love and you're head over heels, got together, then you had a kid relatively quickly. And then right around 7 or 8 years old, and you know this, your kids started becoming a little bit more independent.
I was saying, I don't know this. What you
No, but I'm saying,
what you talking about?
They started becoming a little bit more independent. They don't need mommy and daddy as much. They start doing things on their own. And all of a sudden now you're presented with this person that you haven't been connecting with for 7 or 8 years. And she's like, I don't really like him. Like it was cool because I didn't notice that I didn't like him because I was so involved with the kid, but he don't care about me. He's not treating me like he wants me. Like all these things are happening. So now all of a sudden she's like, I really don't need you. In all honesty, I don't need you at all because I'm going to take half of what you're going to pay me. I'm going to take the house. I'm going to take the car. I'm going to get the kid. Like, I really don't need you, right? All I need for you to do is keep working so you can keep paying for me to have the life that I'm having. It sounds bad, but the reality is like, hey, you aren't giving me any of the things that make me feel like a woman or the woman that you love. So, it's okay.
Come Julius, the trainer at her gym.
And you know what he gonna do? He gonna treat her like royalty.
Yeah.
I don't know how long.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's not gonna be a long-term relationship, but he's going to come in and like, oh man, he doesn't appreciate you. Like Eddie Murphy say, Dexter St. Jock, he come in swinging his head, throw it over his shoulder. It's a pretty girl like you doing on the beach crying alone. Like, that's it. That's it. He's not looking for a long-term relationship, but he's interested enough in her in this moment to make her feel like, oh shit, he really wasn't interested in me. Dexter's asking about my feelings and he wants to go on a date with me. You gonna take me to eat?
Dexter.
At a place I want to eat though, not like to the steakhouse he likes to eat, but like he really cares. And so that's why women cheat. Men cheat for the same reason. We just don't talk about it.
All right. So let's move this thing along. So nice guys get cheated on.
Mm-hmm.
I consider myself a nice guy. I'm not getting cheated on. You know, on your podcast page, the Forfeit Fatherhood page, you had a clip with LL Cool J, and he was talking about, I'm not a nice guy. I don't want to be a nice guy. And, you know, for me, I'm on the opposite realm of what I believe to be a nice guy. So I figure this is something we can get into, you know, that we have two different opinions, maybe something in the middle where we agree. But what's a nice guy and why is it not a good thing to be a nice guy if you feel that way?
So I think with LL Cool J in particular, his thing about being a nice guy is nice guys get taken advantage of. So he's saying like when you are walking down the street and somebody is taking advantage of an old lady, elderly person, somebody with disability, you can be a nice guy and politely ask that person to stop, right? Or you can just go and make that person stop, right? Like a nice guy asking that question isn't going to get the result that we're looking for. Like if I kindly ask you to please stop messing with this old lady, she's had a rough life, and like if you're a criminal, you're like, get the fuck out of here. Like, shut your
get money too.
Yeah, exactly, right? So nice guys lose in that situation. But what I think is missed is being a nice guy has been always tied to this meek and modest and weak version of a man. What I think a nice guy really honestly should and can be is the idea of a warrior in a garden versus a gardener in a war, right? Like you should be capable of war, but then maintain a position of a gardener, right? Like I tend to things, I care about things, I nurture things, I make sure everyone's fed, and I make sure that like the soil and the environment is correct and sunlight is provided. I'm a nurturer and a caretaker and a protector. But if you fuck up, I'll take your head off.
Take your head off.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think we've villainized the take your head off part so much that it's like, well, I'll just be a nurturer. And women, most heterosexual women don't necessarily need you to be a nurturer. They do like the nurturing parts of you. But they are interested in men for the strength, for the courage, for the musk of a man. You know what I mean? Like the things. And when you're just a nice guy and you don't possess those other parts of you, it's really easy to be like, he was too nice, right? I want a bad boy, or all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and so in those situations, nice guys do finish last. But I think even when you say you're a nice guy, I think you maybe are nice in a way that's different than maybe you're portraying, right? Because I know you to be a nice guy. Like you take care of the people around you. You're nurturing. You're caring. Like you're but you're also protective, right? Like, and you're guarding and you're shielding and your head is always on the swivel. Mm-hmm. You position yourself in a way that, like, if something were to happen, I'm always going to be there to, like, protect my wife and my family.
For sure.
So that doesn't come off as a nice guy, right? That comes off as more of a bodyguard. A bodyguard, for example, from a bodyguard for a celebrity, I'm not pushing people out of the way. I'm saying, excuse me, pardon me, coming this way. Like, I'm shielding the person that I'm protecting. I'm doing it in a way that is not aggressive or confrontational. But if you try to push past my arm, I might just body slam you. Right. That's the point. Like, I possess the potential to be aggressive, but I am holding that back. And I think that's where we have to look at when we say we're a nice guy. That's the ideal version of a nice guy. I don't want any trouble. I don't, not even that I don't want any trouble, because I don't want any trouble either. But if trouble just should happen to show up at my door, I'm ready to greet trouble with trouble, right? Like, if you bring it, I'm not going to start nothing, but I'm probably not running from much, and I'm going to meet you at where you at, right? Like they say in church, come as you are. Mm-hmm. Listen, man, you bring it to me. If I can diffuse it, I'm going to diffuse it. Because there's no need for me to escalate something that doesn't need to be escalated. If I can talk you down, let's talk it down. We'll agree to disagree. We'll be men and we'll respect each other. But if your goal is ultimately disrespect, you can have what you want. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm gonna give it to you like you asked for it. And I don't feel any way about it. And hopefully you don't. But if you do, then you got it on your mind, I'm gonna put it on your behind. Like, it just is what it is. Like, and that's just how it has to be.
Today, I'm put it on your mind, put it on behind.
Yeah, that's just, it is how it is. And it's not my fault. It's not personal. I don't feel negatively about you after I do what I have to do and protect my family. I'm help you up and send you about your way. Like, it's not personal. I'm not mad at you.
Just have to whoop you and tighten you up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is.
Exercise them demons about you. Yeah, it's a trip, because nowadays there is this alpha male. And so I was looking into alpha male, where the whole, concept comes from. So I'm looking at this zoologist, and he's talking about alpha males, and he's talking about like ape. And he was like, the alpha male in the ape community isn't the strongest, deadliest ape in the community. Mm-hmm. He was like, the alpha male in the ape community is a very well-liked ape. He would be something like some of the characteristics of a politician, where he kisses the babies, like where the women see him as a protector, but also as a nurturer, and he's well-liked. That's who becomes the alpha male in this ape society. And I'm like, that's interesting. Because the way that it's pushed online, or the way that people speak about it online, is always, I'm an alpha male. I take charge. I'm the one that's going, when it's time to whoop, I'm a whoop, I get the money, I do it. Whoop. It's the number one thing, is always a very toxic way of looking at masculinity. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Jason, but there's a such thing as toxic masculinity, but we don't have to get too deep into that, brother. That's another episode. But it's a very toxic way of looking at what it means to be a leader, in my opinion. So when I'm thinking about a nice guy, I'm thinking like, okay, yes, I'm going to lead. If there's trouble, I'm going to handle it. I'm going to protect, like you were saying, like a bodyguard. Also, I'm going to help you up. I'm going to open your car door for you if we're going out on a date. I'm going to give you, and my experience as, a teenager was, it happened a lot of times. It's like, I pursue women and, okay, cool. Get it cracking and be like, you're just too nice. Why are you so nice? And I'd be like, I didn't even do nothing. All I did was, I told your pops what time I was going to bring you back. And you know what I'm saying? And I paid for the dinner. I'm taking you out. You don't got to go in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I don't know.
So a couple things from that. One, I don't agree with the idea of toxic masculinity, but I will say that masculinity is toxic when masculinity is all that you have. Too much of anything is toxic. We can all agree that water is great for you, but if you drink too much water, it can kill you, right? Like if you go underneath in a pool or in the ocean, that water will take you out. It is also the life force of your body. It's 80% of your body. So the same things that will keep you alive can take you out. So masculinity can be toxic when masculinity is exhibited in the wrong situations, right? When a situation requires you to be nurturing, not feminine, but nurturing or caring or thoughtful, and all you have is strong or courage or whatever the traits of masculinity are, then that doesn't fit. It's a negative in that situation. And I think what women have experienced, some of it is just like over the top, and people are just signaling, or like it's a buzzword, so people are just saying it. But I think there's situations where they needed us to be something that we weren't prepared to be, and so all we could give them was masculinity. Was like, I'm tough and I'm strong and I don't have emotions, and they're like, oh fuck, like this don't help us right now, like that's toxic at this moment. Like I really just needed you to be like this or that or whatever, right? The other part of that is this similar study, you're talking about the apes, the similar study was done with wolves, and the guy who did the study has recently not recently, but he's come back and he's like, there's a couple of flaws with the study. One, they were in a kind of secluded area of a national forest. And what they did was they introduced wolves from different packs and they released them into this forest. They were like saved from other places. They were trying to like keep their population together. So naturally, when you take men or women or whatever from different areas, somebody's got to assert dominance.
Right.
And so they had all of this infighting where the male wolves fought for supremacy, or trying to be like the
supremacy,
the quote unquote alpha wolf. And so what you saw in that study was like, there is a battle there's fighting between males for alpha position. The reality is when he goes back and he studies the actual pack or actual packs of wolves, is that the alpha wolf is actually a male and a female. There's a male alpha and a female alpha, and they are ultimately a breeding pair. So they're the grandparents or the great-grandparents of the pack. So they become alpha because they're just the oldest. And everybody follows them. But the reality is they don't actually follow them, because when the wolves migrate, the alphas are actually in the back because they protect everyone's backside. Like they're behind and the others lead in front. So when you have like aggressive younger male, they put him in the front. So if they encounter something, he's the first one taken out. He's the infantry, right? When we're going to storm the beach of Normandy, we send like, hey man, take your gun and your helmet, dog. Like
cold game.
Going out there and take some of these bullets.
You didn't get too high on the test.
So what happens is we looked at the first study and missed the second one. And what we signaled as alpha is like, I'm stronger than you, I'm faster than you, I'm aggressive, I'm outgoing and boisterous or whatever, because that's what you saw in the initial study is those ones fought so much that eventually they killed each other off until like the loudest, strongest wolf became the alpha, but that's not how it actually works. And in that particular study, when he becomes alpha, then he breeds with all the females and now it starts to turn into a normal pack. But that's how normal packs work in general anyway. It's like, for example, me and my wife have kids and then our kids live with us and then they go meet somebody and they come into the house with us and then we just continue to build this larger pack, but I'm still the alpha until I get a certain age. And then, little Johnny or Timmy or whoever is like, hey, I'm getting to a point where now I need to protect. You can't do it anymore. Yeah. And then what happens in wolf packs is the older alpha or the initial alpha, he just leaves. He just goes like, hey, I've done my job. I'm going to hang out a little bit longer, but now I'm old enough. And it happens with lions too. As he gets to a certain point, he's like, all right, I made it with everybody I could. I'm not as strong as everybody. All right, Simba, you got it, dog. I'm just going to walk off into the sunset. And he just goes off and eventually dies because he hasn't hunted for however many years. Like he doesn't have the tools or the resources anymore. His job was to sleep all day, eat, and then protect the pride. But if no one's attacking the pride, he really doesn't have a job. Like he doesn't do anything. So the stronger the pride is, the weaker the alpha is technically, because he doesn't have to fight anybody. He doesn't have to fight off other younger males. He doesn't have to do anything. So it's really interesting when you look at the science of it. We've taken it and bastardized it and made it like this thing that's really cool. Is like we're the lone wolf or we're the alpha male or I'm a lion. Like you see all these posts where we're lions and all that. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't no lion. You're a regular ass dude, man. Right. Like you ain't even leading your family the way you're supposed to.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's deep. I said I didn't want to get too deep into toxic masculinity, Rob, but you kept going. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. You're messing everything up, you know.
You can spend like 5 or 10 minutes on it. You got something?
No, I do. You know, it's just about adjectives. That's all. You know, toxic. You know, masculinity. You know, it's just No, but I think toxic masculinity is a thing. I understand where you're coming from, but I think unchecked masculinity is toxic, or the idea of like anything can be toxic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Anything, like you were saying about the water, like let's say toxic masculinity compared to say like a tank. Like you can have a fish tank, a gas tank, a septic tank. They're not all the same things. They're all tanks, but it's not the same thing. A septic tank is different from a gas tank.
Right.
They're all tanks.
But if you put too much oxygen in any one of those tanks, you're going to have a problem.
You're going to have a problem.
So that's the same thing about masculinity is there's a certain balance that's needed to be had in any situation. And I think we've had this swing, or not now, but we had this swing of stoicism and toughness and like no need to share emotions, and partially our fault and partially societal, right? Like it just is what it is. And we fell into it and we like doubled down on it. And then it became, there was an enlightening of women, and we can't deny that, women's suffrage and women kind of getting rights and becoming, you know, I am mine, and when I'm a woman, hear me roar, and all these things that kind of like started to happen. And so they kind of realized like they were
Sojourner.
Like they were being marginalized and put into a box, and their immediate enemy was these thoughts of masculinity, right? And so masculinity was villainized. And what do we do to combat that? Give them more masculinity, right? Like that's the only thing, right? If you know, if left is wrong and I'm left, all I can give you is more left. So I'm not going to be right. I'm just going to give you more left. I'm just give you more left. And then eventually you'll think that left is okay, right? Like I just give, because I'm not capable of giving you right? So just give you more left. And then the more left I give you, the more toxic that feels to you. And the more voice that you gain as people start to feel it too, now it becomes a thing where it's an act, like I say, a buzzword where like now every woman will say toxic masculinity.
Right. Yeah.
Where in reality, not all of them were feeling it. Some of them were like, oh man, I really like when my man is like this. Or I really like him being courageous. And because here's the thing, if we think about like the masculine careers, right? Law enforcement, military, firefighters, whatever, like typically jobs that are held by men, you want somebody masculine to show up.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, I've never had a problem with masculinity. You know, it's just not even the over, it's just the ridiculousness behind it is what makes it toxic to me. So, I'm a man. Of course, I got like 5 or 6 chicks. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Toxic masculinity. That's not just masculinity. That's toxic. Because it's like, if I'm a man, yes, I should have a wife or a woman if I'm heterosexual, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense. But if my uncle was telling me, okay, you got your main one, okay, now you need your 3 other ones. Now it's toxic.
Yeah, you know what I would say to that is I don't think that's masculinity. I think that's insecurity. I think that when you are over expressing or overexerting your masculinity is to mask an insecurity, right? Like if I have one woman, I can't imagine having 2 or 3 and serving them the way that I like.
Yeah.
I can't imagine dealing with the things that I deal with one, multiple. Now, if I'm going to like surface level, I'm just going to have sex with this woman. I'm just going to treat this woman like, sure, right? But like, that's not me showing up masculine. That's just me taking advantage of a weaker being, which I wouldn't consider masculine, right? Like a man that picks on a lesser being is not masculine, in my opinion.
Right.
Right. Like if I'm picking a fight with somebody, I want to pick a fight with somebody that's going to give me a fight. I'm not just picking on a little kid down the street or like the skinny guy. Like that's not masculine to me. And I think the only reason someone would do that is like, because that makes me feel better about myself. And that's masking, not masculine, but masking an insecurity.
For sure.
And I think that is probably more of the problem is like, there's these insecurities that men or people, I won't even say men because women do it too. People have built up and then they use this as like the thing to like, man, you're a real man when you got several women. Or you're a real man when you got this, or you're a real man when you got, and that's not it. It's just you are suffering with whatever that thing is. And so now you're passing that down or passing that on to someone else as a badge of honor. And because that person respects you or thinks you're a certain thing, like and I'm just using this name because people will attach this to him, like an Andrew Tate, or the uncle that you mentioned. Like,
that's a fake uncle, man.
I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
And it is, and I got uncles that had multiple women. You know what I mean? Like, I think everybody has an uncle that had multiple women. And he was the cool uncle, right? Like he's a cool dude. He had nice cars and he had multiple girls. And oh man, I want to be like Uncle so-and-so. But Uncle so-and-so had some real issues that he wasn't dealing with. And the way that he coped was to make himself feel better about his manhood by pursuing other women and multiple women. Because then it looks like, oh man, he must be the man to everybody else, when in reality, he was struggling with something.
That makes sense. I can agree with that. Because it's kind of like what we were talking about with the alpha male. Everybody's saying, oh, well, that's an alpha male. It's like, no, that's not a alpha male. That's not toxic masculinity. That's insecurity. And I was in my forthcoming book titled by this brother here, One Line Life Lessons. One of the quotes that I have in it is, you spell cheat. What did I say? Cheat is spelled with 2 I's. Insecurity and immaturity. Come on. Come on. Y'all don't bite that because I'm
CHIIT.
Cheat. You think cheater. Cheat all the time. But
I like that, man. But it's true though. It is true. It is but it's hard to get to the bottom of, because we don't know, we aren't connected with our emotions. We aren't willing to actively pursue or understand the depth of why we feel the way we feel. We will easily attach it to masculinity, or we'll say stuff like, logically, men are just, naturally predisposed to spread their seed. Right. We'll say all the things that sound good, but the reality is like, you're not an animal. Right. Why are we doing that? Why are we comparing ourselves like, well, if you look at all the animals in the world, like or this and that, like a lion sleeps with all the. You're not a lion, dog. Right, when's the last time you went hunting? When's the last time you slept out in the jungle somewhere? When's the last time you fought off something? Like that's just not who you are. Let's stop
fighting off these ladies every day, Playboy.
But we'll lie to ourselves and we'll say these things to make us feel better about ourselves, which ultimately goes back to what we said at the beginning of this, is like the am I enough question is the one that plagues us the most and causes us the most stress, causes us to do the most stupid things because we can't answer that question for ourselves and we look to someone else to answer it for us. Mm-hmm. And when they don't, we try a bunch of foolish things. We end up stabbing ourselves in the back or shooting ourselves in the foot until eventually somebody comes along, whether it be the good woman in our life, or, if we're lucky, we get therapy before we get there. But the good woman in our life, we get to her, we find her, and then we screw it up. And then we realize, oh man, we just lost the best woman that we ever had.
Yeah.
And then we're heartbroken and then we're terrible for everybody else after that. But it happens all the time. Mm-hmm. And we don't talk to each other about it. We just let it happen to somebody else. Mm-hmm. And then we lie to them about like everything else. Like, oh man, just keep playing the field. Let's be cool. Like have kids all over the place.
It'd be cool.
You got the money. It don't matter. Like I that's one of the things that bothers me the most. I think Nick Cannon's cool. I think Cam Newton is cool, but they've kind of come under some fire about like their situation with having, 10 kids. And then people are like, oh, well, he can afford it. Those kids are living a life that most kids aren't able to live. And I'm like, yeah, they are, but they still don't have their dad.
Right.
There's no way. There's no way that he could be in the house or be present for 10 different kids by however many, even if it was 2. If it was 2 baby moms, right? Like he had 5 and 5. There's no way to be present for 5 kids at this house in this state and 5 kids. That's just not possible. So somebody is going to miss out. Somebody's going to be misguided. Somebody's going to not have a father. Somebody, even in the households where you live with your father, right? Like me and my sisters have a different dad. Literally, but my sisters were probably raised with my dad more than I was. And he's not their biological dad. But the reason I say we have different dads is because he's different with me than he is with them.
Okay.
And even with them, he's different with my younger sister than my older sister. So we all have a different dad. Like when we talk about it, like they say stuff about him and I'm like, really?
Say what?
He did what? He said what? Like he was never like that with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say he's great. Like you know what I mean? He's amazing. But like, they experienced him in a different way because he had to be different for them.
Mm-hmm.
And if you live in another state, in another country, not another country, but like another state, several million hours away, they're living without you. No matter how much money you provide, phone calls and FaceTimes and all that, it's very different.
Be enough. Yeah.
Very different. And so I like being present and being involved and being physically active solves a lot of these problems, from the cheating to the we talked about moms trying to overcome and take over and get Father's Day gifts. Like there's so many things that like fathering and being present can fix if we allow it to. But we keep believing the stories that we're told about alpha maleism and spreading our seed and sowing the royal. You're not royal, dog. Listen, I know we like to say, listen, beloved, I know we like to say, yo, what's up, king and queen, but it's not physically possible for all of us to have been kings. There's not enough kingdoms in the world for us all to be kings. So some of you were just like
shoveling dookie,
loyal subjects, and that's fine. But as a loyal subject, you can't act like the king.
Right.
You just got to play your role, which is to raise your family in a way that supports the rest of the community, right? Like be a great role model to create great children. The king can do whatever the king does because he's the king. I don't know who that is anymore. Like we're so far removed from that we should probably I get why we say it because it's an affirmation to like get us to feel better about who we are as people, but like some of us take that too far. King has several wives. Yeah, you ain't got several wives. Lifestyle, dog.
Right.
I'm sorry, like it ain't that. You selling shoes at Kenny's shoe store, like you're not. I'm sorry.
You're not a king. You're not a king. It's cool.
I got sidetracked. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all right, man. Hey, man. We're still putting this thing together, making it smooth and figuring things out. There is a segment that I definitely want to do and start getting it moving, start getting it cracking. Rod, tell me something that happened this week that you're proud of. Something that, was a good thing that happened to you this week that you're proud of and that made you feel good. It can be big, it can be small. I mean, it's big no matter what, but something that made you feel good.
You know what? So, and this is something that my wife is out of town for her birthday. And Tom, your wife is there too. And there is this idea out there in the world that men don't know what to do when a woman is gone, right? They got to give us a laundry list of things, and he don't know what's going on. He don't know the schedule. Man, I was like, look, get on the plane. Yo, I got this. You don't need to tell me anything. You don't have to give me a list of things to do. Look, I know what to do. I'm involved. I know what's happening. The kids are going to do, we'll be fine. Go enjoy yourself. Don't worry about calling us. Don't text me no details or instructions. We got it. And to that point, I had to message her hey, are you okay? Are you safe today? Hey dog, are you all right? I know you went to go do this today, but did you make it back safely? Did the Uber driver kidnap you? What's going on? No good morning text, but we were at the game, so I wouldn't have answered anyway. But it's just the my ability to give her that space and freedom where she can just go and enjoy.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like I've done a really good job of being actively present for her and for my family in a way that allows her to have the peace of mind to go and experience life, right? Not negatively or whatever, but just to be able to go out and be herself and enjoy her birthday. That's a win for me, right? But then also personally, because that's kind of a win for her, right? I think for me this week,
that was a win, brother.
This podcast is the win.
Okay.
Being able to put this together, like I said, we've been talking about for a long time, but being able to physically get into this space, have conversation, share just different things that are going on, but then also have some real feedback to my own thoughts, but then also to yours.
Yeah.
I think this is how iron sharpens iron, right? We get better together. I think we can try to do it on our own, but we're just taking shots in the dark at that point. Right. And I think we become better together for our families get better. It's all, what do they call that? Avalanche? Not avalanche. What do they call that?
Something.
Snowball effect. Okay. Yeah. Avalanche, I guess, kind of too, right? But a snowball effect, right? It just continues to roll downhill and we both get better. And that's a win for me.
Appreciate that. Congratulations, brother. So me, Mike, so what did you do? Oh, thank you, Ron. Thank you for asking me, brother.
I knew you were going there.
So, I got the kind of job where I got to wear boots and gloves too. I get to it. And, we talked about how we grew up and not having all these different things and getting the most use out of what we have. And you're talking about putting the cardboard on the shoes. And I felt good this week because I was looking at my boots earlier this week and I had a giant hole in the front and the back of the boot was talking. And I'm looking at these boots and I'm like, why am I still wearing these boots? This doesn't make any sense. I got the money. I can order them like that. So I did. Threw them out. Got my new boots on. And it was just, I felt good about that because it was taking me out of that, what's the mind state?
Scarcity?
Scarcity mind state. Thank you, sir. Taking me out of that scarcity mind state, just no, I got to keep wearing these boots until I can see through the bottom. No, I don't got to. I didn't even have to wear them to the point to where I got a hole in them. That was crazy. But just trying to graduate my mind into a place where I'm like, these boots are starting to get jacked up. I need some new ones. Let me just go get them.
Yeah.
So that felt good, man. That was
I love that.
That was my thing this week.
I love that. That's something for all of us to kind of take a look at. Is like there's something in everyone's life that's like a hole in the boot that we're just holding on to, and like, oh well, I just I'm just keep doing this thing until eventually we're at work and it fails, right? Like we got a steel toe boot, but this hole in the toe, we drop something and then we can't work no more, or like. There's a hazard that happens because of the
slip because the boot's so smooth.
Yeah, we just keep going and going and going instead of like recognizing our opportunities, appreciating how far we've come, and then just like seizing the opportunity. You noticed it, you probably rolled with it a little bit and did it like, man, I should and I shouldn't, and flip-flopped around a little bit, and eventually just took action, and then like there's that release of like, really do this. Like, I'm good. Like, there's a whole nother person that shows up in that new boot. You know what I mean? Like, there's a different Mike wearing those boots. You know what I mean? Like, physically, mentally, emotionally, like, you got a brand new boot. Like, you walk different.
Yeah.
Literally walk different, right? Like, you move in the building a little. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't get a whole lot of Jordans when I was a kid. I got one pair and I wore them out. But when I wore them, I felt different, right? And then some kids stepped on my shoe. We got into a fight, but he like scuffed the top of them.
Had a nigga moment. It's okay.
Bruh. Scuffed the top of them. It was the twos. Scuffed the top of them, and it was like, oh man, I'm wearing these. These are still Jordans. They got a scuff on top, but they're still Jordans. I'm wearing them every day. And then eventually it was like, can't wear them no more. They're beat up, like they're torn up. And as an adult, I got them again, and I felt like, oh, I wish I could have done this when I was younger. Like, as soon as they got the scuff, I could have got them again. I've been brand new. I'd have been like, so you had the opportunity to like reinvent yourself on a small scale without anybody even knowing. Like, you took you and created you again. And that's like something that I could say all of us can kind of take a look at it. There's something that's happening in our life where we're like boxing ourselves in, and we're like just holding on to whatever this box or identity of ourselves is. And we can just easily just like, and it's not a big thing, right? Like putting on new boots is not a big thing,
right?
But it's enough to like, when you put them on, they feel different. You stand up like, oh shit.
When I walked into work, oh, Big Mike got the new boots.
Yeah, right?
You too fresh to be wearing those to work. And I'm like, nah, these are my boots.
There's a whole nother like version of yourself that is out there waiting for you to take advantage of. But you have to have the courage and the wherewithal to actually do it and follow through and like then embrace what happens next, right? Because like even that, right? This is something, and you talked about Jason Wilson earlier, but it's something that I heard him say to Van Lathan, I think it's his name. He said something to like compliment him, and Van was like, oh no, it's whatever. And he was like, nah. It's like, I'm complimenting you because I believe what I'm saying. For you to be like, that's not true, or like, oh no, ain't no big deal. He was like, now you're invalidating what I'm saying. Like, I believe that Big Mike with the new boots, like, oh, you big dog, you fresh. And now you're like, oh, no, it ain't nothing. No, embrace that. Like, wear that, earn that. That's the badge of honor that you've worked hard to get to that point. And I think, again, as men, we were taught to be humble, and we don't oh, no, I'm trying to get like you, big dog. Like, this is especially with black men, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're constantly, no, man, I'm trying to get like you. Constantly doing that to each other, and we don't give each other or appreciate from each other the credit that's being given. And I think we have to do a better job of that going forward. So that's some grown man. That's my grown man game.
Big grown man game right there.
Appreciate when you're being appreciated, or else you'll feel unappreciated. You know? Nobody appreciates me. And dog, we've been telling you all day. You're like, dog, new boots on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's dope. I'm the opposite. I'm taking it. And I'm a very humble dude. I feel it. But I think there's a difference between confidence and humility, you know? And nah, man, I was eating it up. You know, I'm out here, baby. Right. I'm out here.
Yeah, you know? New Jordan pose with the
boots on. Right. But yeah, man, take it. Take it, yeah. I have to tell that to Tiff too. Don't be reflecting, you know, because I don't do it anymore. I used to all the time, but I try not to. You know, I still probably do it every now and then, but I try not to reflect. And it still feels a little foreign when I do it, but it's just like, man, you smell good today, Mike. You know, it ain't nothing, you know, just, you know.
I just took a shower, dog, you know what I mean? No big deal.
Now it's like, man, you smell good. Oh, thank you, dog. That's a little fragrance, a little black butter, man. You know what I'm saying? A little cinnamon oil. You know how we do. We stay fresh. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, I'm still humble, but yeah, I smell good today.
Yeah, and you know what that does, though, is that it reinforces for the person who's giving you praise. Not only that, like I said, like Jason was like, you're validating their praise, but then also like you're solidifying in them, like, oh man, I should do that too. Like Big Mike just rolled into work, new boots on, like, you know what I mean? You'll notice somebody in a couple of weeks with new boots. I'm like, oh, you got the new boots too? Oh man, we here. We new booted out, right? You know what I mean? Up? Damn, y'all smelling good in the break room right now. Everybody in the break room got on it. Well, we oiled up in here. You know what I mean? Right. Like you start to kind of create an environment of people appreciating each other and themselves. But it doesn't happen unless somebody, right, kind of starts to do that. Right? And I think, again, with this podcast and stuff that we do separately and together and Forfeit Fatherhood, all that stuff is like the idea is like, in order for us to move forward, somebody has to take the first step and like say, this is it. This is what we do. This is how we do it. We have conversations that are raw and real, and we talk about feelings, we talk about relationships, we talk about emotions, we talk about current events, and we laugh and we joke and we do all that stuff. But like, if we don't have the conversation and we don't put it out there for people to have a conversation or to be privy to the conversation, then they don't have the conversation. They just keep doing. If we went from 3 friends 5 years ago to 1.5 friends, you know, now we're going to have a half a friend. What's next?
Right.
You know, 3/4 of a friend. Like if the half-life is 5 years, then we aren't looking.
10 years.
It's not looking very good.
Yeah.
So we have to start to build that back into our community, not just the Black community, but the male community, whatever that means to you. That's, you know, another topic for another conversation, but we have to do a better job, and that's why we're here. So we appreciate you guys joining us. If you're trying to find us on the socials, as Mike and Tiff would say, it's I was supposed to say, damn, we grown. But it's Grown Man Game Pod on Instagram, Grown Man Game Podcast, if you want to shoot us an email. And then hopefully you're listening to us on your favorite streaming service. Make sure you like, subscribe, share.
All of that.
Man, all those things, man. Make sure that other guys are able to, you know, tap in and get this grown man game.